Christian Dior are a French designer responsible for making some of the most iconic men's fragrances of all time. Some of these fragrances have been sold on shelves since the mid-1960s and continue to sell well today. With this in mind, the recent direction the company has been going in may leave fans of the French designer feeling concerned. Hi everyone, my name is John and you're watching A Man in His Sense, a channel dedicated to quick and simple men's fragrance videos. Dior are one of my favorite fragrance companies, and seeing what their latest reformulation to their Dior Homme line has done has inspired me to create this video. Throughout the years, Dior have created high-quality men's designer fragrances, most notably being Eau Sauvage and Fahrenheit. Both these fragrances were released and became instant classics and are selling strong decades after their initial releases. The original Eau Sauvage was one of the first fragrances to introduce the note of hédione into men's perfumery. Hédione is a replacement for jasmine. This synthetic compound can offer a floral, musky, and citrusy undertone to a fragrance. Hédione was also considered to be an aphrodisiac. Whether or not this fragrance is sexy or not is up to the user to find out. But this fragrance is a classic citrus aromatic with green undertones and an overall gentlemanly feel to the whole fragrance that is still very wearable and performs pretty well for a fragrance that's been around since the 1960s. Dior then took the classic Eau Sauvage citrus aromatic DNA and made it more elegant with resins and smokiness, making Eau Sauvage Parfum. This is the 2017 iteration. Performance is amazing, and the fragrance is timeless and classy, fit for any gentleman that wants to stand out. Their 80s release Fahrenheit is still a timeless fragrance that any man can wear. Some people say it reminds them of gasoline, which it definitely has that kind of gasoline petrol vibe, but to me, it's a masculine leather fragrance with ozonic and spicy nuances. Performs well and still gets compliments. I'm a younger man and I still like it, and some younger women still like this too. Wear it and find out for yourself. Fahrenheit is still a very good fragrance. In the 2000s, Christian Dior created a mass-marketed iris fragrance for men that flipped the men's fragrance game on its head. Now, this fragrance has inspired multiple other companies to make their own signature men's iris fragrance. Valentino, Prada, and Givenchy are some of the many fragrance companies who are now capitalizing on the success of iris in men's fragrances, something that wasn't done mass-marketed before Dior. Dior's recent releases may leave something to be desired for collectors and members of the fragrance community. The Dior Homme line's update makes the fragrance less interesting and completely strips away the unique iris nature of the fragrance. And considering that Dior Homme Sport also took away iris from their latest iteration of Dior Homme Sport 2017, now their only fragrance with iris in the Dior Homme line is Dior Homme Intense. We get the biggest hitter in the Dior portfolio. This is their Sauvage line. The Sauvage line is a good line of fragrances that's been the top seller for, I think, the past 5 years now worldwide for men's fragrances. The fragrance is good, but when you consider the alternatives, the value of Sauvage drops significantly. I have all the Sauvage clones that there are. I feel the best one is Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. It is almost a one-to-one copy of Sauvage, but made smoother, easier to wear, and higher quality. Performs 7 to 6 hours and projects good for 2 hours. It is higher quality smelling than Sauvage and will give you just as good compliments. And the best part is it's cheaper. You can get it from anywhere to $50 to $70 for a full-size bottle. Now we're going to talk about medium-range alternatives for Dior Sauvage. The first one I'm going to talk about is Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. Bulgari Aqua Atlantique opens with a brash, fruity, citrus opening with a salty, woody, and musky vibe from the Ambroxan. The fragrance is overall more oceanic and watery than Dior Sauvage, but performs very well, lasting 7 to 8 hours. The fragrance projects good for 2 hours and is good for any man. And the best part is you can pick up a full-size bottle for $43 to $65, depending on what size you buy. Another great alternative for Sauvage in the medium range tier is Versace Dylan Blue. Versace Dylan Blue is kind of a 50-50 split between Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel. It has the metallic bergamot and woody, musky, salty ambroxan of Sauvage combined with the incense and woodiness of Bleu de Chanel. Fragrance performs all day, lasting 8 hours, projecting good for 2 hours. Fragrance is a bit screechy, but it performs well, and you can pick it up between $43 to $55. It's a great fragrance for anybody to wear, and the value is amazing. The cheapest alternative to Sauvage, in my opinion, is from the house of notebook fragrances, and it is called Vetiver and White Woods. Vetiver and White Woods shares a shocking resemblance to Sauvage in the opening. They both share the metallic, bright, and abrasive fruity opening with the bergamot. The only difference is Vetiver and White Woods doesn't have any ambroxan. The ambroxan is replaced with a clean synthetic Vetiver and clean synthetic Woods. In the opening, it is remarkably similar. You can only pick it up for $20 and it performs for 4 hours. So for $20, you're not going to get a super quality fragrance, but you can't go wrong with a fragrance that smells pretty similar to Sauvage. The question is Dior worth buying in 2020? Yes and no. Dior are a great fragrance company with a great portfolio of fragrances. Some of them I've shared with you today. The only thing is, to some degree, you are paying for the name. When buying your next Dior fragrance, please do some research, find out what the alternatives are, and see if the value is better. Do some testing on yourself to find out what fragrance works best for you. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get future notifications for future videos. Please comment in the comments down below. I read all of them, and I do take into consideration any suggestions you have for future videos. Thank you for watching. Peace, and as always, have a good day.